we call our Manic Monday.
And we didn't even talk about Monday Night Football. How about that?
That's right.
I understand they're thirsty in Atlanta.
And there's beer in Texarkana. That's right. The Eagles are playing the Atlanta Falcons.
Monday Night Football tonight. You know what? I have to say, I like football. Cheers,
We're going to do
Brian.
what they say can't be done. Great show for you. Life coach and author today, Chandra Alexander. I'm laughing at my own jokes.
Nobody else will.
They're going to be here. She's going to be here today to talk about actually how to quiet the mind and find peace and clarity in our lives.
Wow, and they call her the baby whisperer. Sherry Mesra is here. Sherry, you're talking about something that a lot of parents have problems with, right?
Absolutely. I actually don't talk to the babies, but I am going to talk to you guys and everyone else about the most important thing you can do for your children, which is to put them on a schedule.
Oh, look forward to that. Yeah, we had 4 kids wake up last night, and the funny thing is I only had 2. So 2 of them woke up 2 times. I can't wait for that segment. Yes, ma'am.
I'm so glad I'm over that.
Yeah. Well, your kids are 14. It's about time.
Plus, if you can't get out to the spa, we're going to bring the spa to you.
Welcome back. They always said babies don't come with instructions, and very rarely in one's life are you faced with so many challenges as when you hear that very first cry.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But our next guest compiled guidelines that, when followed, she says has a 100% success rate for getting babies to sleep throughout the night.
Wow, she doesn't even deal with the actual babies. She's actually acquired the nickname the Baby Whisperer, and she joins us here with the benefits of a schedule for newborns. Welcome, Sherry Mesra.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Sherry.
Oh, it is good to have you here. And did we let a little hat out of the bag with scheduling?
No, not really. You know, pregnancy is the most important time for a woman in her life. And having those tangible guidelines, when you go to your OB, everything is very much measured.
Right.
But when you give birth, everything takes a whole different road.
I know, we all say, it's like, yeah, you get all this information about how to have the baby, and then all of a sudden they say, go home. And you're like, well, what do I do now?
Right, and there are wonderful books out there, and the books are fabulous in theory, and you read them while you're pregnant, and you're going through all of them, and you think you have it, but then when you have this child, everything goes out the door. Where are these books? Where are these people at 1 o'clock in the morning when, you know, everybody's family is different? You know, everyone has different types of family networks, and they also have, you know, parents have to get up in the morning and go to work. You guys have to get on the set of Daytime every morning. So
while we have a schedule, you say it's equally as important for the child to have a schedule.
Absolutely. And you can do this from day one. You know, my hope is that my potential clients call me when they're pregnant, because we can work that plan out before they give birth. So once they give birth, they can actually work that plan. There is a lesser degree of anticipatory anxiety because you're able to predict what will happen next. If you have scheduled feedings and scheduled nap times and scheduled play times, then you're able to really enjoy your infant from day one. And it's not that difficult. You don't have all that sleep deprivation because dad's got to roll.
Right.
You know,
Mom's
that is very important. So you talk about this when the person's actually pregnant, but doesn't it depend on each baby? Isn't each baby a little different?
Yes, absolutely. And there are different family needs. You know, granted, you know, there are healthy children who can just, you know, stick to the schedule, you know, totally from day one. But there are other issues. You know, there are breastfeeding issues. There are things we have to, you know, we talk about. So I meet with a client when they're pregnant and we develop the plan. But then if they're having issues, you know, once they've given birth, then we get together again and we work through those issues again.
And 100%, I've never heard of 100% success rate, but I would imagine this means a very strict discipline on the children and yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And as far as the plan, it's much easier to do from day one.
Because you're getting calls.
I get the desperate phone call at 5 months, all the way up to, you know, a year.
Yeah.
And I do work with kids through the toddler years as well with creating safe boundaries. But as far as getting them on the schedule, it's easier from day one because they don't know anything different.
Now, your schedule, does that includes mealtime, nap time, that includes the last time that you feed them before you put them to bed? Because I know that, to us, was a very big thing, that whether the baby were sleeping or not, we'd wake him up and feed him before we went to bed to make sure that he would sleep longer.
Well, what we want to do first is get their days and nights on track. That's the #1 thing you need to do first.
That's always the biggest challenge with a newborn, right?
Because they don't know anything different. But if you allow them to develop these, what I call conditioned cycles, you have to break those conditioned responses. Because if the child is used to getting a bottle or a breast every time they cry, the cry may not necessarily mean that they are hungry. They might need to be comforted in other ways. So we want to be able to lessen some of those responses. So, you know, the parents can be the parents and the children can be children.
Wow, well, we could talk about this for hours. I know there's so many different issues, including the child coming into the parent's bed, which you say is a big
we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, that's a whole other issue.
Sherry Mesra, thank you very much.
Thank
the website
you.
is BabyTime4 with a 4 in it.
That's right.
You.
YOU.com.
BabyTime4You.com. She happens to be local, but the book is coming out, and things are going very, very well.
Absolutely, all over the country. So I work with clients all over the country over the telephone.
And if you go to TBO.com, click on Daytime later in the day again, we'll have Sherry's information on the website. Thanks, Sherry.
Thank you, guys.
Coming up next, give us a legal call. Tom Kennedy is in the house. Phone number is on your screen. We'll be right back.